Hey, I made this video about 9 years ago now, and it is still one of the most consistently watched and commented upon videos on this channel, which is amazing because it's kind of hard to listen to CDs now. It's 2025 and like they're not in cars anymore, no computers really come with them anymore, so you kind of have to work to listen to a CD. I love CDs and I think it's so fun to make them, so I'm going to show you the 2025 version of how to make a mix CD. This is the part of the video why I tell you why I am gonna be the expert in this field. I love mix CDs. I think it's so fun to like physically have a piece of music that somebody else has made for you. Like, I am also a musical artist and I love putting together songs. I love writing songs and like putting that together in an album, but there's something special about like playlist curation in the pure like physical form. I just love receiving physical things. I'm extremely nostalgic in that way, and I also don't love that all my music now it's just kind of like owned by Spotify. Like, I don't really own any of it. I really hate that, and I welcome any ways to bring back physical media and bring back paying artists for songs. I know that it's not much money, but if you buy a song, it's way more than if you like listen to it 100 times. So buy music, support artists, share music with your friends, and this is how you do it. Just for some context of why I'm really excited about this right now, this is my mix CD collection. I'll go through some of these at the end of the video to give you like some inspiration. But I thought I lost this recently, and it was one of the most devastating months I've ever had, thinking like, oh, all those memories are lost. But I really treasure having this, because even though I don't have many from the last like 5-6 years, this is such a cool time capsule of who I was at this time and what music I was listening to. Some of these were made by me, but most of them were made by other people for me, which is such a gift. So with all that said, let me show you what you need. You probably don't have a CD player because I don't have a CD player, and that's the highest barrier to entry with this craft. So you're gonna need one. This is the one I have. I bought it off Amazon. I mainly looked for something that could both read and write CDs. That's what you're gonna want. You also want it to be able to plug into your computer, obviously. I was really confused because this one has the like USB-C and USB, is this A? I'm such a bad tech person. Okay. But yeah, make sure it can plug into your computer. I'll link this one below. It came with this little case, which is nice. Love it. You can get really fancy with like the audio quality, burn rate of a CD. I did not get that deep on it because I mostly listen to CDs in my car, and my car stereo is not that great. But it works, and you know, it's gonna have those files on it. And then the CDs are these ones. I got verbatim. These are the CDs I got. I wish I could get less. For some reason, they all sell them like this much. And I'm like, I don't need that many. But yeah, that's CDs. I would say these are not that deep either. They will usually have like a mount on them that you can write to them. So this one says 80 minutes, 700 megabytes, 52x speed. That seems to be pretty standard. Some people say that you should get like a lower speed to write to it because that makes the audio quality better. Again, I did not get that deep into it. This is just what I got, okay? So you'll have this, you'll have this, you'll have your computer, and you will also have a music software. So I use a Mac now, so I have Apple Music on this, but I think any music program that is natively on your device will have something to this process. So I'm gonna move to the computer now and kind of show you how it's set up there. Okay, hi, I've opened Apple Music because that is what needs to be open. I am gonna plug this in and stuff's gonna happen. I've turned things on. I've just plugged this in. It's blue. That's kind of fun. Like that is blue now. And I'm just gonna take a CD and put it in. One thing to note is when I plug it in, nothing really happens. But when you put a CD in, it usually does. So you're gonna want to press the little button. It'll do a little clicky, and then you'll put it in, and then slide it in. And then we should see something happen. I don't know if you can hear that. It's making grumpy noises. Oh, you've inserted a blank CD. Yeah, so it'll ask you to open music. If you're on a PC, it might ask to open your music software of choice. I'll hit OK. And then it gives you some instructions. Thank God. You've inserted a blank CD. To burn items on the CD, select the playlist that contains you want to burn. Choose the file, burn playlist to disk. If you haven't yet created a playlist, choose file, new playlist, and then drag items from your library to the playlist. Okay, so if you haven't been in Apple Music in a while, let me give you a few pointers. I used to listen to all my music on iTunes. And if you're like me and you bought a bunch of music a long time ago, but you have been using Spotify for the last 5 years and you don't know what happened to it, you are gonna want to go to the iTunes store and you're gonna want to re-download all your old music. This actually took me a little bit to figure out because I was like, I don't know what happened to all my songs. I think there are things where you have to like sync your account to your Apple Music, but if you've never bought music before, you can do that here on Apple Music. You can see what you want. Maybe you want Tim McGraw's Live Like You Were Dying, and you can see which one you want, and you can... Whoa, why is this in a weird font? You can just buy it, and then you'll have it, and that's kind of nice. Another place you can buy music is Bandcamp, and then just drag it into your account like this. Really exposing myself here by having all my really old, like 2015 music. We got Of Monsters and Men, we've got my huge Mumford & Sons phase, just a few JT songs, not too many, just the right amount. And then if you just have files on your computer from like Bandcamp or something like that, you can just drag them from the file into iTunes, and that's the way you can do that. How you make a playlist is over here. You'll see all playlists. If you've never done this before, you can just right click and then click new playlist, and then it'll have you do like a name and a description, and then you hit create. Wow, look at that. And then once you're in here, you can just drag songs into it like no problem. What else we got? Ooh, great. Love this. Ooh, we're just going random. Shrek. Love it. Got it. And then once it's in here, you can rearrange them. Really easy to do that. You can also add a cover and stuff like that. I honestly don't know if that ends up translating to the CD. I would hope that it would. TBD. You might be asking yourself, Casey, how do I make a bomb-ass playlist? That's a question I've been asking myself for the last 15 years as well. And, you know, I think it has to have an arc. I think two things that make a really good playlist are like an arc and a theme. So I'll show you mine later, but a lot of mine just have a general theme and then like an arc throughout it. So I'm gonna use this one, which I called Buried Treasures, as an example. The theme of this playlist that I put together is music that is kind of like buried treasure. Like, it's harder to find on Spotify, it's not always available for streaming, or it's like songs you kind of forgot about but you really, really like. So this is a lot of these songs for me that I am sending to a friend. I also just think they would like a lot of these songs. Some of them I think are more of a risk, which is kind of fun. And then some of them I know that they already like, so that's kind of fun too. It's good to include some songs that you know that they will probably already like, or you would hope that they would already like, or artists that they already like. All of that to say, that's sort of the theme, like getting yourself into a theme. Other themes I've done are like summery songs, songs that you would want to listen to on a road trip, songs that like are really, really sleepy and calming. Yeah, so lots of different themes there. If it's Valentine's Day like it is now, or something like that, you're doing it for a lover, you could do some love songs. Great theme. The other thing is like feeling arc. So the way I did the arc of this. And the way that I feel a lot of albums are is like you start out with like a big song and then you kind of go low and then you go high again, which comes from, you know, flipping a vinyl usually. Like you would kind of end and on like a high note in the middle and then bring it up high again and then you can go up again. So a lot of them like high, low, high, low, high. I don't know if that makes sense. That's sort of my arc. Like I would not put boom clap and then Sparrow. Couldn't do it. Wouldn't make sense to me. But you know, you do you. Anyway, we have our playlist. Let's say we've made it at this point. The next thing we want to do is just right click on it and then we will hit burn playlist to disk. You're gonna get a few options here. It's gonna say, hey, this is your disk burner. What speed do you want to do it at? Somebody told me to do it at a lower speed. I don't know about that. You're welcome to play around with it and see if it produces a better quality of audio. But I'm just gonna leave it as maximum possible. And you can let me know in the comments if it's better when it's lower, but I'm just gonna leave it. I do want to include CD text. I'm gonna leave it as an audio CD if you did these other two. MP3 is like a worse format, because when it burns, I think it burns as a dot wave, which is better. Soundcheck is something that I think levels out the music of everything, levels out the like highs and lows of all the tracks. I don't think we need that for this. I think all of them are like pretty leveled out as it is. I'll leave gaps between is automatic. So this is just standard stuff. And then I'm gonna hit burn. And then it's gonna burn. You'll start to hear it. It gets a little pink, or right now it's green. Whoo, crazy. You'll see that it says burning CD, and then it'll tell you, hey, I'm just chugging along, writing each of these songs. So we're gonna let it chug away. We set it to the max write speed, so hopefully it won't take too long, and then we'll check back in when it's done. It takes the long way home. I thought it was done. It's almost done. 12, 4, 1. I hate when there's like a number countdown, but it's not actually accurate because we're still here. Is she done? Whoa. You can really hear it working hard. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so you can see that it has switched from this screen to this. So this is where our playlist was before. This is now in our devices. So it is telling us, hey, you have buried treasures here. You can look at the info. Wow, look at this. I don't think it saved the little like photo I had before, but it did save the name, which we like. And it's got everything else in here too. And if why am I still holding this? I'm gonna hit like eject. Whoa, wait, whoa. It popped out, very, very cool. And then if I click it back in, I gotta wait 10 seconds like my parents told me. Click it back in, it turns green, and then hopefully we see it in iTunes. That's like a good way to just double check your work here. Don't like the way it made that noise. But, oh, great. Would I like it to be imported? No, but thanks for asking. Cool, that's great. We love this. And that's all the tech you need to know. And now we're gonna move on to my favorite part, which is making the thing to put it in. The craftiest part of this. This might be your least favorite part, but I have a great time. So let's do it. Another pro tip is sometimes you click this and it doesn't like it as much, so you can just hit eject here and that works a little bit better. Oh, okay. Alright, lots of ways to do cases. One way, probably the easiest way, is to just like get a jewel case used, either at the store or like find a jewel case. That's what these are called. like the plastic guys. But this is like a jewel case. This is what you would want if you're really, really serious. I would make sure you get it used though, because these are like so much plastic and there are already so many in the world. One of my favorite mix CDs is in a jewel case. My friend Henry made me this one, and it has one of the greatest track lists of all time. I'll let you just look at that for a little while. Wow, incredible work, actually. Another really common one is to use paper. This one is paper. This is one I made, that I actually made from like an old envelope, like a manila envelope, and then I wrapped a map on the outside. One mistake I made with this track list is I didn't put any of the artist names, which feels silly. Another one my friend Tyler had made for me, very sweet. He did this like sort of book situation and then put like a little book in here. I don't remember what kind of case I made in that original video, but I definitely went too hard on it. Another friend just literally wrapped it in a map and then wrote the track list on the map. I love that. Another better low plastic option is, I got a lot of these ones where there's like a little bit of plastic in front so you can still see the front of the CD. That's kind of fun. This is one of my favorites. Just like a big ol', I don't know what this is, fox animal guy? But yeah, I love these. I love being able to look back on like what people thought I would like, because that's who I was at the time. I'm gonna share with you a special hack that I found for mix CDs, and that is using Trader Joe's $1 greeting cards. Whenever I'm at Trader Joe's, I get greeting cards because they are so cheap, and I love sending mail to people, so I know that I will use them and that they will get used. So yes, and it turns out that they're also super functional for mix CD cases, and I will show you how once I decide which one I want to use. That's a contender. Whoa! I forgot I have these stickers. We're gonna use those too. Send mail to your friends, guys. It's not that hard. You just have to have like stamps, and that's really like the biggest barrier to entry is having stamps. I also really like this one, but I do kind of want to save it for a birthday, so I think we're gonna go with the outer space one. The reason I said to get this is because you can also use the plastic sleeve as like a CD sleeve. So I'm gonna rearrange the camera so that you can see what I'm doing, but we're gonna have a little bit of craft time, so we're gonna go to the ground, because that's where I do my crafts. that's it. That's how it looks. I don't know why I keep doing this. This is not a makeup video. I think it's cute. Normally I would like write the title here, but I love this graphic so much I didn't want to ruin it. And then I have this on the back for my friend. The whole track list, everything's there. And I'm going to send this in the mail with another CD that they requested. And because I used a greeting card, I can just throw it all in the same envelope and add a few more, probably a few more stamps than I actually need. That's ready to send to whoever I love. If you followed along with this, if you're making mix CDs, send me an email. Text me a picture. Don't text me, you don't have my number, but my email and my website should be linked below if you would like to share what you made with me. I also have a newsletter that I'm starting up to talk about like these kinds of things, both physical crafts, and also I do a lot of stuff on the internet too. One thing I will say about mix CDs, it's 2025, the person you're giving it to might not have a way to listen to it, so if you're giving them one, and you know that they don't like have a CD player, please also like give them a CD player or like share with them how they can listen to it best. I just have this fear that people will be sending these and then people will receive them and be like, I don't know what to do with this. You ever see that episode of The Garden Wall where he has the mix CD? Girl doesn't have a mixtape player. Think about that, okay? That's all I'm asking. That's all. That's the end. Okay. That's it. Bye.